Step inside, the curtains drawn. The secrets of magic go on and on with Steve Valentine, your host tonight. A master magician, the spotlight's bright. It's not just tricks, it's the art we find. The laughs, the wisdom, the brilliant mind. History, mystery, legends untold. Stories of magic, both new and old. Magicians only, where the secrets start to show. Wealth and class in every tale, honest and funny, we lift the veil. From sleight of hand to celebrity, the life of a magician is wild to see. Behind the curtain, the truth is clear. The craft, the passion, it's all right here. Card tricks, stage lights, sleight of hand surprise, laughter and wonder behind disguise. Magicians only, the podcast where real magicians go. With Steve Valentine, the secrets unfold.
Oh, hello, and welcome to another episode of Magicians Only. Are you a magician? Are you? Are you? All right. Listen, we're all magicians at heart, right? You know what I'm talking about. This is part 2 of my interview with the wonderful Alex Boyer. I have to say, super impressed by this guy. Listen, his videos have got over 100 million views. He's got over 70,000 subscribers on YouTube. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to magic and online magic and live performing. So I do recommend that you listen to a lot of what he's saying. He's a real pro, and I loved my conversation with him. But before we flip over to part 2 of the interview, I just want to remind you, in case you forgot, that Magicians Only is sponsored by Magic on the Go, magiconthego.com. You know what that is? We're like at 940 videos, I think, right now, nearly 1,000. Not much more to go. So hopefully within the next year and a half, because we keep adding videos every month, we're going to, we're going to hit that mark, which is my goal, right? Over 1,000 videos is what I want. By the way, did you like the theme song of this week's episode? It's a different theme, right? Let me know what you think. Did you like this one? Or did you like the one that was at the end of the last episode? Or did you like the one that was at the beginning of the last episode? Let me know.
Magicians only.
So in part 2 of this interview with Alex Boyer, we start talking about Big Trick Energy, which was a magic series that he did for True TV, I think it was True TV, yeah, with Chris Ramsey and Wes and Eric Leclerc, and there's like 4 guys who are best friends doing magic. He really gets into the details of how it came about, what they were hoping it would be, how they felt by the time the pilot came out, and the experience of actually making it. And it's going to be incredibly educational for you. A lot of people think when you get a television show that the hardest thing is getting the show, and then once you have the whole production team in place, it's smooth sailing. It's not. There's a lot of people have different views on what it should be. One of the things I remember learning about when the first time I did a scripted series, when I was doing Crossing Jordan actually, was they in season 1, they kept coming down to the set and talking about tone. And I really didn't understand what it meant at that time. Now, of course I do. It's the overall tone of the entire show. Are we a little more comedic? Are we a little more dramatic? Are we a little tongue-in-cheek? Are we very graphic and brutally real, authentic? These are things that are very important. And I think tone applies to the shows that we do. What is the overall tone of the show? Is it one of positivity? Is it one of dominating energy? What is the tone? Is it funny tone? What is the tone of your show? Well, you know, when it comes to reality series, it's very difficult to know what the tone is going to be, because quite often the cameras are rolling all the time and you are waiting for the tone to kind of present itself. And sometimes it doesn't present, but you still need someone who is in charge, even though you're waiting for it to come out. It's like making a documentary. You start a documentary on one thing, focusing on one thing, and then it twists. Something will happen during the making of that documentary that will kind of actually guide you into realizing what the documentary is all about, you know? So, for example, there's a chap I know who did a documentary called Icarus, and it was about doping and biking and sports stars and athletes who potentially would dope. And the whole point of initially of the documentary was he just wanted to find out that if he got doped, he wanted to see if he was doped in the way that certain athletes have been accused of doing and drugging themselves in order to get better performance, if it would give him much more of an advantage to the other athletes. In the process of making that documentary, all hell broke loose because of the guy he was introduced to get in the doping drugs. I mean, it is, if you haven't seen Icarus, it's a brilliant documentary. The reason I bring this up is when it comes to reality television, you really are holding a beast by the tail, and you don't know which way it's going to go. When I did A State of Panic, which was this show that we did for, I should talk about that at some point, shouldn't I? I got asked to host a show for the Sci-Fi Network called A State of Panic. I think the episodes are on YouTube. I think you can find it there. It was a crazy experience. We were at this place, this house and this set that was in Buenos Aires in Argentina, and the whole point of it was you build this giant set and then you sell the show to other countries, so they come and do their version of it. It's like Traitors at the Castle, right? You've got the one castle, but every other country comes in and films at the castle. That's what we were doing with Endemol and with A State of Panic. And how much of it can I legally talk about? Probably not a lot. But I had issues. With that show. But I do remember this one moment. We were trying to find the tone of the show. We were trying to find, like, what is the catchphrase? What is the thing that people could use when they talk about that show? And I remember there was in the first or second episode, and they brought in an expert, by the way, this guy who was an expert in reality shows, and he was helping fine tune as we were making it, kind of helping to fine tune the challenges and the way we presented it, the way we scored it. So at one point, I say to this guy, I'm like, you're out of money, you're done, get out of my house. Because that was the whole point, was I was this creepy host of this rather weird house, putting these contestants through these challenges. And then when they failed, they had to leave the house. Well, so I'm like, get out of my house. And they said, cut. And they called me over and they were like, that's it. That's the phrase. That's the phrase that we're going to use. Get out of my house. That encapsulates your character. Even if you're hosting, and I'm trying to host it as kind of a weirder version of myself, or as some people said, myself. But that get out of my house. But that came organically through the process. So the reason I bring this up is, this is so educational for any of you who want to do anything on television, who want to film anything with a crew, who need to want to work with a creative team. All right, listen to what Alex has to say, and take it all to heart, and stick it in the back there for the next time you're working with a creative team. Okay. Anyway, there you go. That's my long-winded way of saying welcome to part 2 of Alex Boyer.
Magicians only. The podcast where real magicians go.
It was my first real TV experience, and I was 26 or 27, something like that.
Wow.
So I was the baby of the group, right? We had Barker, Chris Ramsey, and Eric Leclerc. And basically, since Chris was Chris, he got thrown like so many different TV ideas and TV shows ideas for him to be part of.
Right.
And it was always saying no. And we were already like the 4 jackasses of magic, basically, already, you know, like there's always one line we always say is we're in love with magic, but we hate magicians. You know that line? So it's like I love magic, but like hanging in a magic convention, sometimes it's like
it's painful. Yeah.
It's not because you're a magician I have to, you know, like I'm still human to human, you know, like if you're chill, it's chill, but it's not like, you know, and the drama anyways, all this to say. We had an idea once and we're like, oh, maybe we should start a new YouTube channel called, it was called No Joke. And it was the 4 of us basically doing pranks on each other, exactly what Big Trick Energy was supposed to look like.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. So we started doing that. And at the same time, Chris got a call for a TV show and he pitched that idea to the network to the production company, and they loved it. With the guy who greenlit Jackass on MTV. So it was the perfect fit, you know?
Jackass with magic, yeah.
Yeah. So any crazy ideas we had, it was like, yeah, do it. Anyways, we pitched that. Chris and Wes went in LA and New York to pitch the idea, and we sell it to True TV. True TV, who had Impractical Joker, who still have a Impractical Joker, I think.
Yep.
And a couple of other show. Michael Carbonaro Effect, by the way.
Right.
Yes. So for 3 months, we created fucking almost 1,000 different pranks and effect and magic.
Yeah.
We got so many different amazing consultants working with us, and on sets and behind the scene, we had Daniel Garcia, which I grew up watching.
Yeah.
So I was working with my childhood hero, Enrico de la Vega, Mark Cassetti. Yeah, it was just insanity for me as a kid magician, right? Not a kid magician performing for kid, but like, again, I'm still a kid.
I
was
get
just
it,
like
man. Those guys are amazing. When you get to work with people that you've admired, there comes that moment. Two things, right? One is I'm so excited to work with this person, and second is like I hope they're not a dick, because that's the whole kind of like I've lived in LA for 30 years, and I would work with actors who I'm like they were amazing, and I work with actors who I wish I'd never met. And so I've had both experiences. So you do kind of like when you first meet someone, you're like,
absolutely, yeah. You're crossing your fingers, being like, it's like the line of "Don't meet your heroes."
Yeah,
it's that.
Did you find that also when you start filming? I always think that when you start filming something with someone, you get to see the real person. You get to because that, we all have, whether we're friends. There's the friend side of everything, but then there's the work side of everything. And some people are very different when they work together, or they have like a very pedantic view, or maybe they're really collaborative and maybe they're not. So that's a whole nother energy that you guys have. I imagine you guys had to figure that out because there's 4 of you, right? Like the Beatles. You're like, who's George Harrison? Who's Ringo? Who's
So the thing is, since I have a music background, I've been in many bands before. So I was used to work with like a team.
Yeah.
But for these guys, we have Chris Ramsey, who's a YouTube superstar. Wes was a, comedy bar, magic crazy superstar. And you have Eric Leclerc, who's one of the best fucking kids magician out there, literally.
Yeah.
That does corporate gigs and everything. Who was a YouTube superstar. So the egos, man, all there. And me, I'm 26. I'm the best now. I have a TV show. So fuck it,
Yeah.
So it's like, so the egos were there, but, and the guys could tell you as well, I'm very emotional. I'm very, very, how can I say that? It's clear for me that if something doesn't work, guys, we have to talk about it. Tell me how you feel. Yeah. I've been raised this way, right?
Yeah.
So I had the opportunity and the pleasure to actually, teach them how to work as a band, because we were a band literally every night, coming in the hotel room at midnight, swim for 9 hours. We have to create 900 tricks for tomorrow morning, So it's like, Garcia, come here, Rico, let's go, man. Marcus, let's go, man. We jam for 5 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours later, we have to wake up, start filming again. It was brutal, man. All right. And Danny's going to tell you that as well. Like this is one of his most brutal experience on TV, and he's done everything. And the issue was, let me go back to the Big Trick Energy, how everything worked out. We basically sold the show with one of my ideas. One of the ideas that all the boys were saying, like, dude, this is so cheesy, it's not going to work. No one's going to want to buy that. I'm like, okay, well, this is an idea I created when I was 13 years old. I drew it in my notepad in school, and I still have the drawing, and I showed it to the camera like this when we had a meeting. It was for me to bend a car with my mind.
Right.
Everyone was laughing. And it sold the show. They're like, wait, hold on, boys. Are you going to be able to do that? We're like, yeah, for sure. But, okay.
Like, let me interrupt you just for a second, because I've seen that bit of video, and it's the most amazing moment that sells that there's magic happening. You're doing this, and then the car starts to crush itself. Let me ask you a question on that. When you wrote it in the notebook, did you have a method in mind, or were you going with the effect first?
No, so the method is on the drawing itself. So let me paint you the idea, right? Let me paint you the drawing in your mind. So you have the car, which is drawn in black,
right?
On a black RPA thing.
Yep.
But the method is in red. that's how I came up with it when I was 13 years old. I don't know why I did that, but I had it right now. And I was like, yeah,
That's
because we were pitching ideas to sell the
amazing.
show. Right?
So you're
I would-
like, this is the kind of thing we're going to do.
well,
And
here's
that
here's
sold
the
the
other
show.
part. I know it's a little bit chaotic what I'm talking about right now, but this sold the show because they wanted a lot of magic for the show. But as a group, the four of us, we wanted more fuckery and more pranks and more like, we are not magicians. We're four best friends who can do magic, right?
Right.
Unscripted magic show. Everything was just like pranks, magic, dates, booze, jackass of magic, basically, with a respectful Canadian touch, you know?
Sure. Polite.
Polite.
The polite jackasses of magic. Yeah.
Exactly. We're gonna be jackasses with each other, but just professional idiots with the rest of the crowd, you know?
Sure. Yeah.
So that was the basic idea. So every time we came back to the hotel room at like midnight, we were super proud of everything we filmed. Super proud of it. The more and more the weeks went by, the more and more we saw like, oh shit, we're saying script. We're saying something that someone is telling us to say in front of the camera. Hold on. The production just rented a house in Vancouver to pretend that this is Wes's house. We have to go pick him up for a TV, for the episode.
Yeah.
Go there, blah, blah, blah. There's camera all around us all the time. We're just like, hold on. This is not the show we created. And one of the guy, the producer, whatever you want to call him, I don't even know his title, dude. This is how crazy Big Trick Energy was. I don't even think we had a director, dude. I don't even know we had a producer. Like, I don't know the title of people, you know, like for you, TV,
Nobody
everything.
introduced themselves and said, all right, I'm going to be directing this. Because you do need one person
like,
kind of overall.
It was like people deciding stuff, I guess.
I guess there's also that thing about like you film it all with the cameras going all the time and then you see the story that unfolds. But that's real reality television where they're looking for drama between you guys as opposed to necessarily the thing that you're doing, right?
Yeah. So now it comes down to the edit. As you know, everything's in the edit.
Yeah.
So after 4 months of nonstop filming magic in Vancouver, we come back in Ottawa, whatever, Montreal. We get together and one of the head guys like, hey man, we have the pilot. We want to show the pilot to you guys. What do you guys think? Watch a pilot, man. I don't even know how they've been able to edit this in a way that it didn't look like what we filmed. Literally, everything was off. Everything was the opposite of what we wanted, what we filmed. And they put storylines into it, meaning that it was not an unscripted reality magic show. So we were kind of bummed. We had a small say in it, but they took control over it. So that's basically what happened. I'm still super proud of it. Best experience of my life. I learned to put my ego aside, which was amazing. I learned so much from all the consultant, Garcia, Rico de la Vega, Marcussetti. I got to do, the tricks I've always wanted to do with my touch. Some tricks that has been brand new to the magic community.
Yeah.
But
I understand that feeling of when you see an edit and it's not what you think it's going to be. And one of the toughest things is obviously in negotiating this show. If you guys ever went back to do another season or start a new show together, you'd have to have like approval or at least the right to be in the editing room as it's being put together because you guys know your vision. These guys, the people who are editing it are not magicians. They don't know what you're initially going for. You also didn't have a director who had an overall concept or vision in mind for you to help it go in a certain direction. So I can see, dude, I've filmed stuff and been on the cutting room floor.
Yeah,
I was cut out of entirely out of two movies early in my career. It was devastating, right? I did a movie with Robin Williams and Billy Crystal, and I played Robin Williams' best friend. It was called Father's Day. I went to San Francisco. I'm filming with him, going to his restaurant. I'm like, this is amazing. Buddy of mine calls me, he said, I saw a screening of the movie. You're great in it. I was like, that's great. And then 2 weeks later, I get the letter. Movie's running too long, blah, blah, blah. I've been right. Sorry, mate.
Dude.
You put all that time and energy and passion, and I know you're an emotional, passionate person because we got into it in FISM when shit went sideways for a minute there. And I saw kind of your passion and your emotion come out. How
Yeah.
did you, I mean, were you able to, how much of it were you guys able to change in the edit before the show came out from the initial rough cut?
Not a lot, man.
Okay.
Like seriously, maybe under 10%.
Yeah.
And that's sad. It's sad because it is and still was our baby, you know?
Yeah.
I can say that with honor. We truly created something new for the magic world.
You did.
Since Blaine or since Carbonaro, it was totally different. Totally different. Especially with the cold opens at the beginning of each episode. So it was like a big Hollywood film magic trick illusion, one continuous shot, and at the end we reveal it to you guys.
Right.
You know, and everything was brand new. Everything was brand new, or methods from the past of like Buster Keaton methods of like doing something, but you know we place it into a magic trick instead.
Sure.
So proud of this, hell yeah. Proud of the journey. Again, fall in love with the journey and not the destination.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, you got to do the crushing car, man. I mean, that's a budget killer right there, isn't it? There's a trick. I don't know your method for it, your thing, but here's a magic review.
Steve reviews magic tricks. Now, give it up.
There's a trick where you take, recently I saw it, you take a petrol can, like a metal can, and you put it on stage and you go like this and it crumples. Have you seen this? Do you know this?
No. Well, is it new? Is it a new method, new trick?
Here's the great thing about it is that no one's doing it right now. It's, if you were to perform it, you'd probably be the first guy who's done it. But the trick came out in the 50s. This is my magic review that comes all the way, this is what I'm talking about. This shit's out there. So there's a book called My Best, and it's one of my favorite books by J.G. Thompson, and it's got a ton of great material in it. But there is a trick where you take an oil can and you put it on a tray on a table and you go like this and the fucking thing just like crumples. It crumples. Like for you guys, I would have said, all right, before you do the car, you're practicing on the oil can. You know what I mean? Like you get the oil.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. The petrol can. Okay, I've got it. I'm ready. And then you go do the car. I don't know if it's the same method. Probably not.
But hold on. A quick question for you. How did you get all those books? Like how did you, because you have so much fucking like.
I have a lot of books, but you know what's been really great for me? Two things. One is library.com, Conjuring Arts. Those two places, Conjuring Arts, library.com, because they're scanning a lot of the older books and pamphlets. And so they're creating searchable PDFs. And once you get the searchable PDFs, everything opens up, right? So all the old magazines. Yeah.
Now the other question: how do you find the time to go through all this? Like what the fuck?
So because I don't sleep, I can't sleep. Usually, here's what happens, right? Is I get the old magazines like the Magic Wand or the Gen or Hugh Guard's Magic Monthly, and I'll start searching an idea, a trick like ring on stick or card to pocket or egg bag or something, and you start getting all the links. But along the way, you notice other things, right? Like. Sometimes you'll go literally down a rabbit hole. I'll start looking for card stabs and then I'll end up coming across something else. My Best was a book I actually had when I was a kid. I physically had it, but now you can get it in a PDF. Also, Ask Alexander, when I was doing the Cards to Pocket thing, that was incredibly valuable. So, having that knowledge, just having seen it, I can go, oh yeah, my brain's a bit visual. So it'll bring in the picture of for a second, I can see that and I kind of know where I saw it.
Obviously you must have a great memory as well, right? Since,
if I really love something, my son's just the same, man. If I really love something and I'm passionate about it, it goes right in and it sticks.
Well, fuck yeah, dude. It's amazing.
But so that show, I mean, you should be really proud of it. And I would love to see you guys do something new, get some new producers, get a new title, but that creative team, what you guys were able to pull off there.
It was crazy. And sometimes I was telling this last night to one of my magician friends, and he's like, yeah, we're talking about creating tricks and how sometimes you just have to fucking do it. You want something new or something different or whatever, like sit down. There's no recipe for it. Think,
Yep.
That that brings me to Big Trick Energy when it was like 2 a.m. On a Monday. We're in Vancouver, and one of the guys on set is like, "Hey man, we're going to a pet store tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. What can you guys tell? What can you guys create 5 effects in a pet store for 10 a.m.?" And we're like, "What? We already have a list of hundreds of effects already created for the show."
Is this a producer who's asking you this one? Because most people think for some reason that magic is real. I don't get it, but they think magic, you can just do.
Don't even start with this, bro. Oh my God.
Can you just make me disappear? Yeah.
Yo, but it was like that. Like most of the time, it was like, yeah, but it was like, guys, just just try and figure like how to make something levitate there and blah blah. It was just like, guys, like we can do it. Trust me, we can. But it's tomorrow. You guys have budget, but it's good. But it's tomorrow. So, dude, it was a fun nightmare. This is how I can sum up everything. It was just a great fun nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, it's like bungee. It's like there's no going back. You're making it. You're in the middle of it. What did you come up with for the pet store in the end?
It was a It's funny you were talking about the magnetic thing with the string.
Yeah.
We did that with a dog leash, basically. So that was good because now it makes sense. It's a dog leash in a treat bag or something like that. Filled with cards and everything. So it made sense.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
We had a prediction engraved on a dog tag, but an actual dog tag. So I don't remember the plot of it, but it was like if something like that, it was like here I have the dog tag. It's it's brand new, whatever. There's nothing engraved on it. Place it in the spectator's hand. Name any. What was your pet's name back in the day or whatever? He opens it and it's engraved on it.
Nice.
What else?
You must have done something with fake dog poo. You didn't do anything with fake.
I did a trick with real dog shit on the show. Yeah, so it was. This is your card. It's gone now. Look under my shoe in a dog park. I go like this. I'm like, oh shit! I step on shit, and it was actual shit. But under the shit, there were the spectator's card. So yeah, it was called the shitty trick.
Genius. See, I go fake. You push it a step further.
Yeah, let's go, man.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Life's short. Gotta live it, Steve. Yeah,
that's not a corporate effect. But all right. Well, listen, man. Well done on that. That was and surviving it, and
thank you.
It's an experience, You want to talk about FISM for a second?
Magicians only, where the secrets start to show.
We're going to stop it right there. Thank you, Alex, for your honesty. Was it? I'm not wrong, right? Did you learn a lot from that? Because I learned a lot from it too, and I'm always learning. I really appreciate Alex's passion and his creativity and how he approaches everything. But did you love the fact that the thing about the car crashing and then the can crashing, that trick already existed from the 1950s? I wonder how many of you are going to go look that up right now. Anyway, thank you, Alex. Next week we will be looking at part 3 of the Alex Boyer trilogy, and we'll be talking about FISM and a bunch of other stuff. So great stuff. Please tune in for next week. By the way, while that was going on, I just remembered in the introduction of this episode, I was talking about shooting A State of Panic, which we filmed in Argentina, and the contestants who would show up. If you ever do get a chance to watch it, the contestants who had no idea that they were filming in Argentina, they were auditioned or whatever in the US, and they didn't know they were going to be taken to Argentina to film the show. So that was a big surprise for them. It was really a lovely experience with the crew and working with the Argentinian crews. But here's why I love magic. So on one of my days off, I go to the local magic shop. I just go in and say hi, and I meet a chap by the name of Kiki Marduk, and Kiki took me under his wing. And that night we went out for dinner, drove us all over the place, showed us Buenos Aires, and it was the most wonderful night. I mean, we saw tango. It was great. So thank you, Kiki, for being so welcome. But that's why I love magic, you guys, because wherever we go in the world, we know that we can find a brother or a sister who will welcome us, who will make us feel welcome in their city. So you don't get that in many other businesses. You certainly don't get that in acting, well, let me tell you. So tune in next week. Remember, please like, share, and subscribe. Go do it. Go do it right now before you even get my best and check out the trick. Please go do that. It's very important to us. And check out Magic on the Go at magiconthego.com. Did you know that we now do monthly subscriptions? I know, not for much longer though, because I think it's with Magic it's a little bit different because you get to see the secrets. So I still think that an annual subscription is the best way to go. You get everything straight away, plus the new stuff that comes in. But for now, if you want to check out the content, you can subscribe for a month and see if you like it. If it's a lot less, for access to almost 1,000 videos. I tell you. Oh, almost forgot. We're going to look at the new theme song, right? Okay, so check out the new theme song as we go over the credits, and let me know what you think. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.
Step inside, the curtains drawn. The secrets of magic go on and on with Steve Valentine, your host tonight. A master magician, the spotlight's bright. It's not just tricks, it's the art we find. The laughs, the wisdom, the brilliant mind. History, mystery, legends untold. Stories of magic, both new and old. Magicians only. Where the secrets start to show. Wealth and class in every tale. Honest and funny, we lift the veil. From sleight of hand to celebrity. The life of a magician is wild to see. Behind the curtain, the truth is clear. The craft, the passion, it's all right here. Card tricks, stage lights, sleight of hand, surprise, laughter, and wonder behind the disguise. Magicians only. The podcast where real magicians go. With Steve Valentine, the secrets unfold. It's magical, funny, and bold. Magicians